Welcome to Smoke Jutsu. We are here tonight. You have Midnight and Teesh.
Cut and print. Beautiful guys. Dynamite.
Yes, that's the first time I ever got tongue tied. Have I ever got tongue tied doing the intro?
Ma'am, do the intro.
Okay. All right. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Smoke Jutsu. We are live tonight with Midnight and Teesh, and we have a special guest, my cousin RaRa. And tonight's topic, we are answering questions. So let's begin. All right, Midnight, let's roll. Let's do this. Let's do
Oh,
it.
I like the energy. I like the energy.
Yes, yes.
So this is something that I've been seeing going around on social media, and the question, "What do you bring to the table?" Is that a setup question? So how would you fix "What do you bring to the table"?
So is that for me or is that for the guest? In fact, the guest didn't even say hi.
Oh, hi.
All
Oh,
right,
she,
Rob.
she
Here.
just she dripping in from the top.
So we'll
Oh,
let
hi.
right. We'll let the guest go first. Rob,
Yeah.
that's on you.
Oh man. Okay. So what do you bring to the table? Like if something's wrong with that question?
Yeah. Do you think something's wrong with that question?
No, I think that's a decent question to ask. Especially when you're trying to get to know somebody from the beginning, you want to know like, okay, what is about you that you think is valuable in yourself and how you're an asset to the person you plan on being with. I mean, that's how I would see it.
Okay. So what would you do if a guy asks you what you bring to the table and you say, you know what, I'm smart, I'm funny, I'm ambitious, and he tell you there are all these other women that are also smart, funny, ambitious, but what's special about you?
Mm.
Mm.
Come on, Rah. Tell him.
Ah,
Tell
man.
tell him makes you absolutely fantabulous.
Right. The pressure. Oh man, what would
The
I say?
pressure.
I would probably mention how I bring that element of being their partner and
Hmm.
their confidant and not being
Hmm.
afraid to tell them when they're wrong. Because I feel like there will be some women that will be like, oh, whatever you say, yeah, you're right, and just let it go. But yeah, I'm gonna let you know. And also let them know like I'm gonna be that person who has your back all the time. Like if I love you, I love you. I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and besides like the stereotypical like, oh, I cook and stuff like that. I'm a good old Christian wholesome woman, blah 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 blah. Good in bed, everything like that. No, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. You not what you're not
She
gonna
done
do.
so she done
What
hit
you're
Oh,
not
she
gonna
done
do.
hit some
Slide right
she done hit some
past that.
areas. Wait a
You're not
minute.
gonna slide right past like you didn't say what you just said.
That part.
What you say? Yeah, I'm a
oh,
wholesome
like
Christian woman
what's
and
what's
I'm
the
good in
term?
Oh,
bed.
Yeah,
Christian
what's the
woman.
term where it's saying like wholesome woman? But it's saying like what's that term?
A
Oh,
lady in the streets,
shit,
but a freak in the
yeah,
bed.
yeah, that one,
Freak in
that
the
one.
sheets.
Yep.
A lady in the streets,
In
but
the
a hoe in the
shit.
sheets.
Yep.
Ooh.
Straight
Yeah, I've heard it before.
like that.
But you slid them too. I'm a good, wholesome Christian woman. I know I'm just getting to know you, but I put the thing down in the bed like I do in the kitchen. You know what I mean?
Drop.
Okay, I probably
Drop.
wouldn't say that on like the first couple of days. I probably wouldn't
But
put that.
when else would you be asking somebody what they bring to the table?
Mm, unless there's different ways people ask that throughout getting to know somebody.
Chris shamelessly plugs health aid this evening.
Tisha, you're not sponsoring them.
I'm speaking life. We're gonna do that from day one. Every episode I
She
plug
does that. She
Crunchy.
brings up.
I plug
Mm,
Crunchyroll. I plug Funimation. Yes, sir. Every episode.
look
We
at that
speak
free
life over here.
She
getting.
does. No, she does. Go, 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 go. You was it good?
It was amazing.
So
This
Tisha
is strawberry glow. See my skin glowing.
is glowing.
What about what about you, Tish? How would you like? Do you think what do you bring to the table? You think that's a setup question?
Yes and no. It's a catch 20. It's a catch 22. Um, in on the relationship front, let's prepare for you to slide it over here. No, like you said, like RaRa said, no pressure. For me, I'm very quirky.
Uh,
um, how do we say it? RaRa, adorkable,
Oh,
adorkable.
oh,
adorkable.
Uh,
yes.
Very
Writing that
adorable.
down.
Very
Adorable.
adorable in the sense that I am, I think I'm very intelligent, but I am into um, a lot of things that a lot of people wouldn't think I was into. Which here we are. I'm in the
Like,
anime. I'm in the anime, and I love
tell me your
reading. And
favorite anime. You can't name Naruto. You can't name no
I
major.
know, you know. um, it's hard for me to name my favorite because it would have to be
That's
listed
because you ain't
according
no
to
anime
genre.
fan.
I know, right?
Kick it out. You ain't no
I mean,
anime fan.
I know, right? It's hard for me to say my favorite because it varies according to genre. Like my favorite anime movie of all time is Howl's Moving Castle. I could watch that t- every day. I love the movie. I loved it so much that I went and brought the book. How's and that's I'm a big Howell Miyazaki fan. Period. So I actually just ordered HBO Max so that I could watch all those movies because they're all up there.
Hmm.
Um,
So you
I'm not.
bring books to the table.
I'm a bibliophile. I am a bibliophile. So I love reading. What else? I like nature. I love nature. I I love
Hmm.
plants. And let's see. I'm kind of a goofball.
So this is
And I'm a tomboy.
so this is why this is actually a setup question
It is because
because men know women love to talk about themselves. We know it. What ends up
it,
happening is if we can diminish these things that you feel are so great, that you may be all about us and trying to make us like you. So it really turns on to how can you sell yourself to me? That's what do you bring to the table means. It's
Mm.
the same thing as sell yourself to me in 2 minutes. Pitch. Go.
hmm,
So for me, definitely a setup question. And the reason for that it's a setup question is because you're trying to sell yourself to that man. So now you have to get his approval of what you bring to the table. When what you ladies, I'm finna mansplain to you.
Mm.
What you really should be doing is any man that doesn't appreciate the things that you think you bring to the table should immediately be cut off. Like that should be
with
how
the
you weed
double.
out these.
Oh, sorry.
No. Because it can be amicable. It doesn't have to be like forget you.
In my mind, that's
There
true.
are men that will not appreciate the things you bring to the table, and I assure you, there are men out there that will. You do
So,
not have to sell yourself to the guy in front of you that does not appreciate the things you said you bring. So if you're telling him all these things that you feel are great qualities in you, and he's telling you that other women have those same qualities and you're nothing special, good. Go find the one that you want. I ain't it, and I'm not finna chase around somebody that does not see my worth because they're already diminishing your worth right in front of you as you're trying to sell yourself to them.
Awesome.
mm. So what things do you think a man would put down in regards to a woman letting them know what they bring to the table?
It doesn't matter what you say. You're a woman just like every other woman's a woman. So I can tell you that anybody else can have everything that you say you have. It's not about what it actually is that you bring to the table.
The question in and of itself is a setup.
It's a
Okay.
setup. It's a setup to devalue you. Is why I'm saying that it's definitely a setup question. And the reason that it actually is set up to devalue you is simply because if I make sure that you're always trying to sell yourself to me, I always have control of this relationship
I
if
have to
we
always
get into
prove
one.
myself.
So I don't have to sell myself to you. Think about this. I know I'm a great guy, but I also know that I also see people as just people. Like I don't look at women like if I'm not getting anything from them, then there's no reason for me to talk to them. I don't look at guys like I have to be getting something from them, otherwise there's no reason for me to talk to them. But not a lot of guys see it that way. Some guys like I can't have cute friends because I'm gonna be trying to sleep with them. Why? Are you trying to sleep with your cute homeboys too? Like, what is it? Like, I don't understand that. Like, you miss out on people that can help you in life because you're too busy trying to accomplish, conquer, steal something from them instead of actually bringing people into your life. So that's a mindset that guys have of consume or chase or conquer.
Hmm.
And once you're stuck in that mindset, then what you're always looking for is your angle that you can actually your way in. What you bring to the table, because it doesn't matter what you bring to the table. It does not matter. It really does not matter. If I like you and I want you, it don't matter what you bring to the table.
I like you and I want you.
It don't matter what you bring to the table. Like you see guys out here going through the most with women, and you're like, I don't understand what he even see in her because I likes you and I wants you, and you ain't got a table. You ain't got no table at all, and I'm still out here trying to get you. And there's women that are actually out here doing all of this for their man, and their man won't act right. Still out here in these streets looking for a woman he actually wants. And you guys look at it like, oh, she's doing so much for him. She's doing everything for him. Of course, he's comfortable with that, but that ain't what he wants. That ain't what he needs. So he's still out in these streets looking for this void, this hole in him. I'm sorry, I got off into preaching. My bad.
I see. I was
My
just
bad.
thinking. I said, Chris got something he want to get off his chest tonight. I
But
said,
yeah,
okay.
no, 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 no. It wasn't
In a
anything
good
I wanted to
way.
get off.
In a
But it wasn't anything
you want to put
I
some
wanted to get off
information
his
out into the
chest.
masses. So
But I like I said, I saw it on on social media where they were talking about like men, just want to attack women about what they bring to the table, and they're looking at it the wrong way. You should never answer that question because you should never have to sell yourself to a guy. And I would
okay.
never answer that question about, Chris, what do you bring to the table? I ain't got no tables. I eat on the floor. Like
I like that.
I eat what I kill. I eat it wherever I catch it. Just eat.
I
Have y'all
like that.
ever been asked that though?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. And I've asked it before. Like it wasn't until I actually started to critically think about like women are not that women can't sell, but your guys just aren't. Okay, I'm about to get really stereotypical.
Mm.
A lot of women are not really good at selling, and that's what that question is about. It's about selling yourself.
I think there's a way of asking without just saying that. Like, oh, so do you want to have kids? How do you want to raise your kids? What's your spiritual background? Coming up with different little scenarios. Like, oh, so if this happened, like how would you like handle
So that's
that
basically just ask.
relationship?
That's just basically trying to get to know what
I was
somebody's
about to say
preferences
that same
are.
thing. You're just
Yeah.
getting to know them, which is how
So,
you decide whether you want to stick with people anyway, without
yeah.
forcing them to try to sell themselves to you.
Hmm.
So it's a little different. Like I'm not saying that you shouldn't have those qualities that you listed out. You shouldn't have to list them out like it's your resume for
Right.
somebody to want to be with you.
Check the box.
Right.
So
All right.
let's go.
Did we squeeze all the juice out of that one?
I think that
Mm-hmm.
we did. I think we did.
All right. So I got another question. If y'all want to go with another question, I have.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Y'all sure?
Uh-oh.
All right. So here's the fix. Or let's
Let's
fix
fix it.
this one.
Let's fix it.
Why? Why does she only like thugs?
Er?
Yeah, Teesh. Yeah, 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 yeah. I like the face. You go.
Because I'm not. I don't actually have an answer for that one. I actually would have to. I need to think on that one.
Okay. RaRa, you got anything?
Mm, why does she only like thugs? That's a
Mm-hmm.
question. Like, is
Yes.
that question that is
So
is this is this a question that guys who are on the total opposite end of that spectrum
yes,
ask?
Yes. So
Okay.
remember, I hang around with guys that are nerds, along with guys that are thugs. Well, let me not say thugs. Guys
Mhm.
that are more street.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have the ability to pass on a question and come back to it later?
Later, like in what? Like, yeah,
Not,
we're gonna have a conversation about it.
and we'll have a conversation about it, but do we have the ability to pass on the question and come back to it to give time for thought? Because I know what I don't want to do is, since she's mulling on it and I'm also mulling on it, is to have that weird silence because we're both thinking of the
Oh no, no,
question.
I was definitely gonna jump in. Don't y'all worry. Don't y'all
And
worry. I was gonna
and
jump
that
in.
way, so it doesn't seem like, oh, we're, and then also feel like we're um pulling our answer off of you either, because that would, it
Well,
would mean that
it's fine
we
because
didn't
it.
answer off of that.
Oh yeah, y'all gonna pull it off of me because this is one I've thought about before.
I Because
Because I
I've
grew
answered it
up.
before too.
I've grown up. I grew up in the hood. Not gonna lie, grew up in the hood. Am the least thing from hood known to man.
Whoa, I was
The
kidding.
least thing. I'm not out here trying to hold no street cred.
Get all the
Listen,
street cred.
if I find a way that I can escape, and you can talk the most dog nasty dirty stuff about me in the hood. But if I find a way, like you trying to fight me with you and your homies, y'all trying to fight, and I see an escape, man, it's 2 feet Shakara Richardson up out of there. I'm out. Gone. No problems. Talk about me amongst yourself, but you ain't gonna talk about me while I'm laying on the ground beat up. So I say that to say this. So I grew up in the hood. I know those guys. I know those girls. And growing up, I never understood why they didn't want to date me. So here's the thing that I realized: women do not like thugs or street dudes. That is not their preference. What women like is excitement.
Mhm.
They actually want excitement, and they want the excitement. They want to feel protected in it. So if you're demure or don't seem like you can protect them, and there's nothing exciting that's going to happen, then they're going to go with someone that they feel like there's going to be some excitement. So that does not mean excitement does not mean it has to be drugs, it has to be illegal, it has to be shootouts. Do something different. Go somewhere new, make new memories, do something out of the ordinary. Doing that type of stuff is what brings excitement.
Mm.
So if you're actually able to bring excitement, then she's going to be like, "Oh yeah, I really like this guy." If you hit her up with the "what you doing? Let's go out and get some drinks." Same thing. Same old thing. And now she's gonna be out getting drinks with you with no element of excitement. Cause just like my brother's more street than me. And being out with him, he carries himself differently because of that. Women notice that.
Do you think it's a like an alpha male type thing or a
Nope,
dominant?
nope,
And no.
I don't
nope.
think that's the case either.
It's not that because there are a lot of pretenders out here being alpha males
Yeah.
that are that are soft, marshmallow soft.
Yeah.
Mm,
Like
that's
I'm I,
not
like I like I don't bark because I'm not gonna bust a grape in a food fight, so I'm not even gonna pretend like I do. All right, but I may do something different with you. Like we may go whitewater rafting. I've never been whitewater rafting. I don't know about that. Don't worry, girl. I got you. I've been here. I've done this before. I got you. Don't you worry about it. That's excitement. So it's still having a man that you feel like can protect you without it being over the top alpha male type stuff. So
Okay.
it's not that where it's just an alpha male situation. It's a my man, you're boring situation. That's what the problem is.
A vanilla man. They vanilla. They plain.
Right. Exactly. They had, I guess you would say, no flavor. but it's
Yeah.
nothing. It's nothing extra. There's nothing to that. Like you got to add other stuff to that.
So the question is, why do women date thugs? That was the
Yes,
question, correct?
that was the question.
I'm going to say it's. I'm going to run a different direction.
Okay.
That's what it was. That's what they saw. That's what they were raised around.
Ah.
That's what they're raised. I'm going to go a different direction and say it's because of their upbringing,
Okay.
whereas that's strong, being protected. That's what they saw. They saw their dads were like that, their uncles were like that. Um, if they, if by chance, I don't want to feed into the notion of being maybe in a single parent household, but maybe if the mom dated certain type of men, that's the type of men she brought around.
Mm-hmm.
And even if the men, they may not have, they could have been thugs and been in the streets, but they may have always treated their moms right. They may have treated their mothers the right way, even if they did stuff in the streets they weren't supposed to. And so because of that, they look for those type of I won't say chase, but those type of men they fit the bill for them, and that's what they look for, not realizing that that's not necessarily the best fit for them. I'm not saying that because you're a thug that you that those men don't have anything to bring up, for lack of a better phrase, bring to the table, because that's just we've said it a lot in the last few minutes, but they see that and that's what they're drawn to because that's all they've seen. On the other hand, if you see certain things on TV and played out in the society, and that's what you are subject to as what's supposed to be the norm, because we know how the media can portray our black men, that can also play a factor in regards to that. Sometimes growing up, especially as teenagers, you may want to do the exact opposite. You can grow up in a great household with great parents, a great dad, and everything, who is the exact opposite of what you're seeing, what you should be attracted to, and they will go the opposite direction because you know what, I want to be a rebellious teenage girl, and I'm going to go for a thug, a stereotypical thug, and that could be why they're drawn to that.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be that they're not that someone doesn't feel protected because they're with if they're dealing with someone not as I guess I won't say flamboyant because well flamboyant you can still be you can utilize in multiple ways, but someone
Some of them flamboyant too.
as flagrant because as flagrant as a thug, and that could be why they are drawn to that. So I'll say that could be the reason why that she's using that. And how we
I
fix
like it.
that? Now let's fix it. They grow up. They experience life. They see there's more out there that could
Okay.
be offered. And they find that may not that's although they may have been initially attracted to that, that's not what's best for her in her circumstances.
Okay. Okay. Rah rah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a combination of both of what you all are saying. So it's like, yeah, they say they want a thug, and when they go into depth about that, saying like, "Oh, I want someone who's gonna protect me and fight for me," then it's like you're pretty much just saying like, "Okay, yeah, I want someone." Well, mm, yeah, like if it's saying like someone I want who's gonna fight for me, but really they're saying like, oh, actually, like later down the line, I realized I just want someone who's protective of
Mm-hmm.
me and my emotions and my overall well being, and is gonna put me first.
Yes.
And when it's saying like, oh, I want someone who stands up in the street and stuff like that, and um demands attention, and everything, later on they might be like, oh, I want someone who's a natural leader, knows how to lead our household, um and such and such. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, that
Yeah.
does.
It's like it starts off with like the thug aspect, I think, starts off from a broad spectrum, and then later on they realize like, okay, I thought I wanted this, but this is actually what I really wanted. And sometimes it takes like seeing someone else or meeting that next person to realize like what she actually wanted.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, just wanted to try to give like a different perspective because I understood what Chris was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I understood what Midnight was saying.
Ooh.
So dolphin noise. Dolphin noise.
Lord, woman.
It's such an in-depth conversation. It almost feels like we're offline having a conversation. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Love
ain't gonna
it.
have no more offline conversations with you. Not no more.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, so the fix for that. So for me, coming from the guy's perspective, on she only likes thugs or street dudes. You have to be more exciting. Like you have to come to her differently because she's bored with that regular stuff. And I assure you, let me take that back. I ain't gonna assure you because she might not just like you, homeboy. But the more exciting you are, the more exciting you are throughout your relationship, the safe excitement or the not safe excitement, but the healthy excitement. The more healthy excitement you do with your woman, the more your woman will love you. Like if you want to be boring and the only time y'all go out, the only thing y'all do is go to the movies, you're gonna have a problem. If the only thing you ever do is let's go out and get some drinks, you have a problem. But if you want to do new stuff, make new memories, like think about this: when you make a new memory with somebody, you're there first at doing that, which means they'll never forget you. So every time they remember that they enjoyed whitewater rafting, it was because it was with you. So they can't even enjoy that memory without you being there, homeboy. Just saying. All right, who wants the next question? Oh wait, I'm sorry. You're supposed to ask. Did we squeeze it all out of there, or did y'all have more y'all wanted to say?
No.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
The squeeze has been squozing.
Squozed.
All right, who wants the next one?
Mm, I'll go. I'll go.
All right, RaRa.
Okay.
Rah, 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 rah.
So, should marriage be the goal? As the non-married, should marriage be the goal?
Look at Spirit.
Ooh, I know you can't see my face.
Midnight. Ooh, look at Spirit. Ooh, look at Spirit. Oh, oh.
Should marriage be the goal? Like in general, like in life, when you talking about in a relationship, is marriage the goal? Because sometimes people be going through life like, oh, so what are your goals in life? Oh, I want to get married. Or are you talking like in the relationship?
RaRa.
Okay, go ahead.
You can go anywhere you want with that question.
Off the rails.
Oh man.
Anywhere you want with it.
Yeah, because my mind is spinning because it's like it's so many different directions that can go. If if for me, if I am dating somebody, I don't
Hmm.
like casually dating. I feel like that causes a lot of different mixed emotions. I'm an emotional person and I connect with people emotionally when I'm in a relationship.
Right.
So if I'm not thinking about getting married after all this and getting a ring on my finger, I'm not really trying to deal with them or give them as much effort as
Okay.
I wouldn't spend my time trying to get to know them, like everything that they like and what they don't like, what are their hobbies and stuff, learn about their family and whatnot, if marriage wasn't the goal.
So I don't
And
want to know
I
you
think
if I'm
that's
not
the
getting married.
huh?
I don't want to know all that about you if I'm not getting married.
Right. Right.
I respect that.
And I think like marriage is the first goal because I think that marriage is the first goal, but then like I want to build with that person too. Like I'm trying to secure generational wealth when I get married. I'm trying to make sure our kids are secure. We got them set up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and ultimately, for me, this is going off to the side a little bit. Um, it's like before I'm even in a relationship, I'm thinking about my kids' future before I even have kids.
Hold
Like,
on.
huh?
Hold on. I'm
Oh.
sorry. I did not mean to interrupt you.
Mhm.
I apologize. But I know I did not hear you say before I'm in the relationship, I'm thinking about the kids.
And here's what I mean by that, because I know I want kids, but
Okay.
if I'm going to have kids, I want to make sure I'm marrying the right person. I want to make sure that they're going to have the right father, or wherever kids I'm bringing into this world, I'm bringing them into this world with the right person. So that's what I mean by like I'm thinking about my kids. Like me getting my house right now, I'm thinking about my kids before I'm even like trying to conceive kids right now. So that's what I mean by that.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw you off the rails.
Oh
So
no, no, you're fine.
you're telling us how marriage is the goal and you're already thinking about your kids. Go
Yeah.
on.
So marriage is the first step for me. Well, not the first step. You got to get in a relationship and stuff, and then get engaged and get married. But yeah, so marriage is the goal, but then that's just the first goal, because it's marriage, and then it's like, so that's goal one, but then I have like 1A, then 1B, 1C.
Okay. So marriage is a goal, but not
Yeah,
the goal.
not the goal.
Okay. Teach, you want to go next? You want me to go next?
Hmm. Go ahead. I let you go ahead, sir.
All right. Um, should marriage be the goal? And much like RaRa said, I think marriage is a goal. And it should definitely be a goal that you hold people to the standard of, could I see myself with this person forever? Could I see myself with this person with like if they lost their legs, and I'm a leg man, I love legs. But if you lost your leg, would I still want to be in your presence, still be around you? Would I still be attracted to you because I'm attracted to that person? So that's where, if I was dating or while I was dating, the types of things that I was looking for. Um, so background information about Midnight. Been in and out. I've been in a marriage, out of a marriage, in another marriage, and almost out of that one. But for that, it was the actual goal was to be married. And I did not think about what I'm going to do now that I've caught this woman. Now that I got her, there was nothing else that I was doing. All the excitement in our lives went away. It became I'm old, so there's a commercial about making the donuts. And as soon as the dude walked in the house, he turned right back around. It's time to make the donuts. And he went right back to work making the donuts. Spent no time at home. That's what I did. And so that is very dangerous when you set that marriage is the actual goal. Because then once you've accomplished that goal, what do you do next? So marriage is a goal. Marriage is a step to something else that you're going to do. Much again, like Rara said, where you're building wealth and you're building a mindset for your generations to come. So one of the things that we as African Americans have had happen to us is the separation of being a long-term thinkers about what we're going to do, long-term planners. Now that's not solely just on African Americans. It is part of what, partly our fault, but it is also because of being African Americans. We have been herded into only being able to think about ourselves. And the reason I say that is if you think about the way that African Americans now talk about family, we used to invite everybody into being family. Like if you were a good friend, you then became a cousin. Like you became family by being a good friend. And now everybody's talking about how, people that are your family aren't your family. Like blood is not thicker than water, no matter what people say. So it shrinks your circle, and your kids,
Because the saying isn't that because people always say the saying, but they don't say the complete saying. That's why.
right? But what it does is it shrinks your circle, and as your circle shrinks, then your kids don't have a wide list of people that they get influenced by, a wide list of people that they trust, a wide list of people that can help them. Like I have cousins and uncles that do plumbing, that do carpentry work, that do electrical work, that do HVAC work, and bought my house. Never called any of them to come do any work for me because we weren't close like that anymore. And that's because I didn't grow up with these people because that circle for my family was shrunk down. And so that's where the goal is just marriage is no. The goal for me now is branching out and reconnecting with all of my family for my kids to be connected to all of their family, to have somebody that they know, a family member that they know that they can call on if they need something done.
Hmm.
So the connecting of families is more the goal for me than to just marry this woman. I want to connect our two families to widen my kids' scope of people that they can pull from. Oh, that was some good stuff. I just thought of
Yep.
that off the top of my head. That was some good stuff.
Snaps.
So for me, marriage is part of the journey. It's not the end game. It's part of the journey. If I'm so lucky again, I was married. I was married once before. I was married once, and then I was engaged once. Um, at this point in time, if I'm so lucky, I would remarry again. Um, as far as marriage is concerned, what
She's single out here, fellas.
I am currently single. Yes, I am. Um, for me, marriage is about love, and it is about the blending of the families. And for me, I would be very fortunate if I when I remarried, if and when I remarried, because when my ex-husband when he remarried, I have this really cool blending of my ex-husband with his wife and his family. That I have this cool, this amazing family that I've been attached to now, so much so that I have two sons. My son with my ex husband, and I have a younger son from my former fiance, and they they love both of us so much that at any given time we can go and we can stay with them and spend the night because they live the next state over. That's that's the love of our blended family. So if I'm so blessed to be remarried myself, it would just be an expansion of that. I would hope to have an expansion of that type of love with my new family, so that we can all have that type of love and affection with one another. Um, and for also, it's important, in the course of that. That's why I say the journey for us to have the legacy building, because everything that I do, whether it's direct or indirectly, is in regards to legacy building. It's about preparing, getting everything together for not just my children, but for my children's children, and for my close family, and even for those extended, like RaRa. I want to ensure that everything I'm doing is in regards to taking care of the entirety of my family, and so that my children know, not only my children, but that everybody knows how much they are loved and adored. Um, so while marriage is not, it's part of it. It's a part of the journey, but it's not the end of the journey. Um, I've heard people say that that at a certain point they're not getting married for love. Wait, what? You're not married for you? I mean,
I can see that.
you can.
So here's the thing.
Love should be part of it, not all of it, because
Are
you can't marry someone and then there's no future there, because love would only carry you for so far. And I say that
right,
because you can love someone and then you guys aren't compatible. You
right,
can love someone and they don't love you back. You can love some
right,
you can love someone and they are mentally, emotionally, and physically abusive to you, or it can just be toxic. It's just not good for you, and that's not healthy
right.
either. There's some things that just aren't good for you. So that's not none of the things are healthy. So love should be part of it, but it should be healthy. That relationship needs to be healthy on both parts,
Again,
and it should be
so
about
I can,
growth.
yeah, I can see just about this one small part. I can see a marriage without love at the beginning. There are plenty
They're,
of marriages where
they're
people
arranged. There's arranged marriages all the
not
time.
necessarily just
I mean,
arranged,
this is an example that there's
but
arranged marriages too.
that is an
That
example.
happen too.
But you can learn to love the person that you're with if you make that decision. As long as you're both making that effort for each other.
Hmm.
Um so I can see a marriage that you know that the marriage isn't like the love in and out of that marriage, that's not what it's based on. But if there's a mutual respect for one another, you can learn to love somebody that respects you.
And I think the greatest thing about marriage, and I think that sometimes people forget because it has been some years I've been married, that being married isn't always the rainbow and sunshine and the butterflies and all that. And there's going to be days, and I'm going to be perfectly honest. There are going to be days with
Years.
there are going to be days. I'm being nice about it. There be days where
Years.
you love them, but you can't stand them. And I know, and I'm saying that respectfully. You can't stand them, and you can wake up like, I don't like you. You may not openly say that, but I don't like you.
And
But
you may openly say
you
that.
may, and you could. Some people are blunt, and you don't like them, but you get up and you still get things. You still prep breakfast. You still do things around the house just like it was any other day, and you still do because you still care about them. It's not that you don't care. People fall in and out of love all the time. Marriage is about the good, the bad, the ugly, but being able to overcome it and still work beyond that. You're going to go through trials and tribulations. That's part of it. It's being able to go through that. They literally say sickness and health, going through the good and the bad. Now, knowing the difference between healthy good and bad versus toxic good and bad is a difference.
Get
That's a
therapy.
Mhm.
not
Get therapy.
we're not talking about. But
Get therapy.
when I say that, I mean not we physically have issues. If you
Oh, yeah,
cut,
no. Yeah. No.
that's what I mean by toxic. But just being able to build and grow beyond those type of things. There's sometimes you're just not gonna be able to you're just not gonna get along with in regards to certain things, and
Mm.
that's okay. But from that, you can still build and grow, and it's okay.
All right. So
Um,
I'm going to write you down for marriage is not the goal.
yeah,
It's just a
but
goal.
it is it's a goal along the way. It's a goal along the way.
All right. So I have about three more questions left.
Sure, let's go. So yeah, so that's all I have to say about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Did I hit the wrap it up button on you? My
You're fine.
bad. My bad. I'm sorry. You were
You
pouring
okay?
your, you were pouring your heart out, and I acted like an a-hole. I
You
apologize.
played
No,
the
you
Oscars music on her.
Didn't I? Tish,
you
I'm sorry.
you
Continue.
okay? No, you're fine.
Continue,
I
please.
just wanted to stress that because I don't want people to think that marriage is it's not always really easy. Even though I haven't been married in some time, it's not the end goal, and it's okay. So
Right. You're getting in a partnership with somebody that that is like totally opposite than you. and it's the reason that you were attracted to them because they were technically a puzzle piece, but you forget about all the rigid edges when you try to put puzzle pieces together. Like
Mhm.
these are not machine made puzzle pieces. They got all that extra stuff also. So
It's
you're just connecting
complimentary.
here, but all of this other stuff is causing friction everywhere else. Whew. All right. So you said 17. The next closest number is, do you think that black owned businesses have bad customer service?
I say yes and no. I have, well, no.
Okay.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
And here's why. I have had the most amazing customer service. In fact, I'm going to shamelessly plug some of the most amazing customer service experience I've had. The businesses that I have gone to personally that I've had the most exceptional customer service at. First and foremost, say, RaRa, you go. I know you're going to agree with me on this.
The bakery.
Sweet Cream
Yep.
Bakery.
I knew
Sweet
it.
Cream Bakery. Let me tell you why. From the moment that you hit the door, they are in Chesapeake on Battlefield Boulevard in Chesapeake, Virginia. They are amazing. Black owned business. Thank you so much, Chanel, because from the moment that you go in there, Chanel and Tiffany and the other Chanel is the owner of this business, and Tiffany is one of the main people that's at the register. They are amazing. They are sweet. They are genuine. The cake is amazing. RaRa had her cake with her for graduation. That is how I was first introduced to them. They are always, always, always. I can't stress this. They are always pleasant. They're always sweet. And not just me, like any given time, I've never seen them ever seen them provide bad customer service. Ever. They are so sweet to everyone. They don't have any bad rate. I've never seen a bad rating on them ever because they genuinely care. They genuinely care. Can't say anything bad about them. Second, Cutlass Grill. Next door. Two doors downstairs. Right. Two doors down. Right. Look, Cutlass Grill. Amazing. Also on Battlefield Boulevard. And I'm saying these because these are great food, great service, great music. Every time I go in there, they greet you at the door, always friendly, always smiling, always happy, always pleasant, always a great experience in there. So I can't, I these is two places that I know for certain that give phenomenal service out here in Burbank, California. This is it's kind of a split between the on the owners, but Sliders Bakery, ice cream and bakery, amazing ice cream shop. They also sell cookies and pies. I think they sell brownies too. Haven't had the brownies.
The brownies
Everything
were
is
good. I had the
homemade.
brownies.
Listen, listen, listen. Amazing, amazing service every step of the way. I came out here and it reminded me of being back home.
Mm-hmm.
Reminded me of being back home. Amazing, exceptional service all the way around. Let me see. I have had amazing service from Black owned business. Oh, and I would be remiss if I did not mention my favorite, favorite, favorite fitness center, favorite gym.
Uh-oh.
Fitness First in downtown Norfolk with Deron Flood. He is amazing. He's real. He does not give bad service. He is very upfront about the level of service he provides. He will get you in shape, tip top shape. He is real with you. He's hard on you, but he does not provide bad service. Let me be clear. You want to get in the best shape in downtown Norfolk. Yes, Fitness First. Another great black owned business and pro black all damn day, each and every day. In fact, I plug him too. Friction Podcast. He's another podcast is out there. So, but again, another great black owned business. I know countless Black-owned businesses that provide exceptional service, and I just listed what, four, four or five at this point. Lost count, but they are amazing, absolutely amazing. And I could, if I really thought about it, I could list many more. But I just want to stress how amazing that they are. Oh, and Tamika's spiritual services too, and she's amazing too. Like, so when people say that Black-owned business don't get exceptional service, please. But I will say this: on the flip side, of all that, if by chance you do receive bad service for Black-owned businesses, you'll go to these other businesses and you will repeat. You will keep going back. That's the part that irritates me. That is the part I will step up on the day. I will step up and say that shit because it pisses me off to no end that you will go to these other businesses, the fluorescent shops, major shops. They will give you repeated badass business, badass service, treat you like shit, follow you around the goddamn store because you about to steal something. But the ones that be stealing it don't be us. It don't be us.
How do
They
you really
fuck,
feel?
huh?
How do you really feel?
They follow us around the store, and it don't be us. But you'll still go back. You will continually go back, and you will give them patronage. The reason why the reason why our prices are sometimes more expensive on top of everything else is because we don't have access to the vendors like some of these major stores do because we're smaller. So we have to be able to offset the cost of paying for our equipment, paying for our products, in addition to everything else. In addition to what he just asked, what Minna just asked. Why do we have bad service? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. I'm telling you right now, majority of places that I've gone to, I have had phenomenal service. And the last company I'm gonna mention because I just met had food from their establishment last Tuesday, um, near my the organization that I work for. It's in the sauce. Absolutely amazing Texas barbecue style food. Don't find too much of it out here with the unsweet tea and shit. But anyway, absolutely amazing service, great food. Everything was amazing and like, without saying, exceptional service. So that's all I gotta say about that. So I'm gonna wrap. I want this go full circle to be a little bit more positive to come back around and go back to my nice sweet stuff about it because stop giving Black folks a bad name about their business. We have a phenomenal business out there with a phenomenal service. Just go out there and give them a chance. That's all.
Well, okay. Rara.
Yeah, so I have a few thoughts. Yeah, a lot of what Tisha said. It's like when you meet those good businesses that are Black owned, it's like you automatically feel like they're family. You vibe with them, you connect with them. And I've had that experience. Like, there's this place in Richmond called Adiva Naturals. Like, it's like if y'all have heard of Lush, that black and white store that has all the bath bombs and stuff and everything like that. It's like that, but with soul food in a way. Like, it's everything is made with love. The music, the ambiance that they play in there, they actually try to get to know you, and their products just smell so good. And like one lady, the lady who owns it, she was always there. She ran out of a product and she knew I wanted it that badly. So she went in the back. She said, "Hey, I'm gonna go whip it up for you real quick. Like this whipped shea butter. Whipped it up for me." I was like, see, that's what
Talk
I'm
about.
talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what
Let
I
me
Yes.
see the
love
flick of the
about Black.
wrist.
Yeah, that's what I love about Black businesses, because it feels like you're going to your family to provide services for you. Um, on the other end, it's like if you experience one bad customer service encounter with a Black owned business, it sticks to you because you expect them to have that type of same positive energy that you receive from other people. And it's almost like, wow, I expect you to be better than this, because we have hold them to a higher standard, that sometimes we don't hold other businesses to. But I think sometimes that's due to the lack of resources, like with the vendors, lack of mentorship. So not having that type of guidance to teach them about, like, oh, this is how you need to set up your stuff. This is how you need to have customer service. Um, yeah, because I had an experience. I'm not gonna name the business because they're a great business. But they also allowed me to provide feedback. And like I gave them an email, say, oh, can you just tell us like how we can improve? I said, okay, well, you can improve your website like this. For customer service, I think you should do this and you should do that. And they took it and they actually improved. But that's like us communicating. That goes back to like the family thing. You want to see them succeed, so you give them that feedback. However, I know, and Teesh, you can say this too. Like we talked about this earlier. If
Teesh.
Teesh, sorry, my bad. Put dolphin.
Yeah, no, we all working on it. We all working. This is
we
good.
No, we all are
we
not.
talked about this offline in a way. We can go to
Dolphin voice.
other chain establishments and they can disappoint us multiple times with their nasty fries, not getting it right, and we still go back to them though.
Speak about it.
And
So
it's only out here too, and it's so sad.
yeah, and
Mm,
it's interesting. So I do know there's people that will put down a black business just because of one experience, but still go to these
Mm-hmm.
chains, and get the same, yeah, and get worse customer service. And I think that's because we hold our black owned and minority businesses to a higher standard.
okay.
So
You ladies were very articulate, very passionate, and I totally appreciate that.
oh, that's my favorite topic right there.
Listen,
So,
all day we all day about that black owned business. Look, RaRa, them bobs, we own it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna throw a plug in there too. There's another podcaster that does black owned businesses and features black owned businesses and entrepreneurs called Black Owned World on YouTube. Make sure you look them up too. I think that'd be great. Y'all can have a conversation about that, and it's like awesome. Everything that Tisha's saying, that I'm saying, they can add on to that. So make sure everybody look that up. Put it out there.
Okay.
yeah, so that was great. So, I normally, with me, I can normally tell when it's a black pointing business, which means a business that's pointed towards black people but not ran by black people.
Mm-hmm.
When it's a black owned but not black run business, which means owners are far removed from the day to day services. And when it's actually, like you guys said, where there's hands on black people that actually care about what's going on with this business and they're actually looking to service their customers. Um, especially black pointing businesses are normally, well, let me not say black pointing business. The Fugazi businesses that hire only black people, but are owned by someone else, which means that if you hire only black people, but you're owned by a non-black resident or a non-black person, first off, you're probably not paying them what they're worth.
Mm-hmm.
You're not treating them like they're people,
The
and you
football
don't,
companies.
yeah, them faux bobs,
Mm-hmm.
and especially like hair care products, you get it there.
Asian beauty supply
Food
stores are
food
starting to.
places, places that sell soul food are normally not black owned. And that's why Thelma and them at the front of that food place do not care about you because they do not care about this job. If they get fired, so what? Right? I was looking for a job when I found this one. When your mother owns the job or your aunt owns the job, you still got to see them after you done tore up they name out here in these
That part.
streets. So you're not going to act like that at the job. So that's something that when you're thinking about, okay, I've just had this bad experience at this black owned business, you got to realize sometimes it's not a black owned business, it's just black facing, black pointing, faux bob. Because I've had some bad experience with faux bobs. And when you look up, well, who owns this business? and then you see it's a non-black person that owns this business, like Black Bob's Ribs, and it's definitely not nobody named Black Bob, or
That part.
definitely not a black person that owned Black Bob's Ribs. So, and that is part of the exploitation of black people, because it's not that we couldn't do this on our own. It's that they make it so expensive for us to do it. So that was one of the things that Teesh brought up, was about why it costs more in a black business. And it's not just
Let's have another podcast about that too. Let's actually put a pin in that and have a separate podcast about exploitation of black people in black business. Let's do
okay,
that. Mm.
not a problem. But that does run into, when you're saying that you're having a bad experience. Normally, like, did you go in there and did you act like a Karen? Because one thing black people ain't about to do, I don't need
Oh,
your business. I want your business. I don't need your business. And so you can't come in here and talk to us any kind of way. That is a wholly caucasized idea of what customer service is. You do not get to just talk to people any kind of way, because you think if you spend your money with them, they own you or you own them. That's the caucasized way of thinking of life. So if you come in my business and you act like that, yeah, you finna get all of my butt to kiss and you can get out. I don't need your money. I'd rather go out of business before I sell my soul for your little dollar.
there's a way to talk. There is a way that you can complain without being nasty, and
Oh,
still
absolutely.
and still express yourself without being a fool. Like even when I had the experience with the fries today, I let them know. I was a little facetious about it, but I wasn't like nasty about it. Because I said I didn't want to I didn't want to eat the potatoes out of the ground type thing, because they're freshly made fries, so they have a tendency. This particular location, if you don't let them know, they don't cook the fry. They'll cook them, but some of them aren't cooked like through. Anyway, so I was like, hey, I need them done, but I don't want potato chips either. So I had, that's what I was trying to. I was explaining to them what I really wanted when in
Like,
regards
don't
to my.
hard fry them, but
Yeah, I'm hard fry 'em, but I
let
don't
me
want them
get
out the
well,
ground
but I don't
either.
want well done.
Yeah, not that part. So yeah,
I get it.
on the East Coast,
Ladies,
this place is good.
ladies,
Anyway,
black businesses having the best customer service. And let me tell you why black businesses have the best customer service. Is everything we said, plus they're fighting these stereotypes.
Hmm.
that part.
Plus they're fighting these stereotypes. So they go above and beyond. If you treat them with respect, they will go above and beyond.
Hmm.
And they show you dignity because they know what it's like to go into somebody's store and to not be respected. Like, if you don't have a black business, at least one that you support passionately, check your life. Check your life.
Can I see your card if you're not supporting at least one?
I don't
Your
even need to see
card.
your card. Throw your card
It,
away.
it's revoked. That's why I needed it. This
I don't even want to touch that card. Burn that card. Throw
That's what
that
I was
card
saying.
away.
I was taking to burn it. That was what it was. We're gonna burn it.
Ladies, that is a great place for us to end tonight. I know I had one more question. Don't need it.
That's
Black
gonna be
businesses have the best customer service in your life. Respect gets you everywhere.
always.
Period.
So I want to thank our special guest RaRa for joining us tonight.
Thank you,
For
RaRa.
let's
Thanks
Thank
for
you. Thank you so much for joining us, RaRa. We hope to have you again sometime. That concludes our Let's Fix It session tonight and with our podcast. Thanks everyone for watching our latest podcast with Smoke Jutsu. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Again, hopefully one day we're going to have Health Aid sponsor us. Like, subscribe, and share. Please don't forget to participate in the comments. And we are going to list all of the businesses that we mentioned this evening in the comments. I'm going to make sure that we list them because it's very important that because we plug them. I want to show support. There's no better way than of supporting a Black-owned business than actually plug them and actually list them so that everybody can go support them. And I'm going to make sure that I notify everyone that we plugged them this evening. So thank you guys again for coming out and have a good night.
Bye, everybody.